Hi guys, it's Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under, new hobo fishing reel. So I was looking online and I came across this Daggerfish hand reel. I thought, gee, that looks really smart. Little guy having a go on his own. I'll support him and I'll buy myself one. So obviously a turned hobo reel. Came in this little box, all the environmentally friendly packaging. But this is a utility grade model. I mean, it hasn't quite met his specifications for fit and finish. Comes with this little card. So, this is my first impression. I've only just unboxed it and removed the line. I will continue on as I tweak it and modify it for my own use. So, it's well made. It really is. It's got a nice piece of turning. Got storage at both ends, secured by corks. Now this one is in walnut. They are available in heaps of different timbers. So I'll get some specs for you. So as it came with line and some tackle, it does come with tackle. 80 grams, it's about 2.8 ounces for the rest of you guys. It came with a type of monofilament line. I think it was about £6. For me, a little bit on the light side for hand lining, where I intend to take this. Came with a, they called it a float. I'd call it a strike indicator that flies out there. So these fellas here, I've taken a photo of the tackle laid out. So enough to get you started, that's for sure. And yeah, so this cork goes in quite a way, so it doesn't hold as much as I thought in the front. So length, wood end to end 177 millimeters, with the corks 240 mil. But I mean, you could tweak the length of these if that's an issue for you. Spool diameter 35.5 millimeter, measured down here. There is a lip at the front. Well, if I math it out, that would be about 111.5 mils around the outside. So every turn, you'd retrieve that. Measured with using a piece of paracord, I got 115. So that gives you some idea of that. Front spool storage, 28.5, which is about 1/8 diameter, and 44 mil deep, which is 1 3/4. Less the cork, which goes in about 20 mil. But you could trim some of that off the bottom for a bit more storage. The handle storage, 21.5 mil, which is 7/8 of an inch in diameter. 90 mil deep, which is about 3.5 inches. Less 10 mil for the cork. This cork doesn't quite go in so far. So what does it fit? I was sort of dreaming it would take my one of my Aloxes, but not quite. But it does take this Leatherman juice, which is like a little folder set of pliers I have. That fits in there just perfectly. Put that there, still some room left over. So I said it did come with a line, I've removed it, so I'm going to bump it up to 12-pound hand line. And so far I'm really impressed with the fit, the finish, and I'm going to tweak this as I would for my own use, and I'll continue along with this video in bits and pieces as well as I can get there, guys. But up front, quite impressed. Hey guys, I've spooled her up with this platypus fishing line. It's 12-pound test at 0.29 of a mil, so I'll put on 220 turns at the 115 mil circumference. We get 25 meters of line, 25.3. So it doesn't seem an awful lot of line, but for the type of fishing it is, it's probably heaps. It really is. It's designed basically for creeks and streams and relatively short casts, so I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to tweak this a bit, and I'll cut back to you as it progresses. Well guys, I've been fiddling around with it. What I've done with paracord, I've tied a Turk's head knot around here, which is removable. And I've got one of these S binders, so I can attach this really securely to my pack or gear, rather than relying on the cork on the bottom with the lanyard attached. So this allows me also a place to park my hooks. So I need to get some single hooks to replace some of these trebles. I'd rather use a single, but they're really hard for me to get. So it gives me a safe storage spot. Now for smaller rigs, I can use the cork and give it a twist, but not quite for the lures as big as this, which fits in the handle nicely. So I also have this elasticated magnet. It's designed for landing nets, so I can clip that on there, because there's nothing more certain when you're trying to land a fish is that suddenly you need two hands, so it allows you to drop that and not lose it. So this is my little stream fishing box, which I've been carrying for absolute years. There's a variety of lures, such as the ones I prefer with the single hooks, like that. Spinners, which will be hard to work with a reel this small, but a good little selection of tackle. Just give you some ideas. Anyway guys, I'll be looking forward to getting this out in the field. I have a long weekend coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'll be having a trip away, and I'll take you guys with me and see how we go with our first trip in the wild with it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you like the content I create, feel free to subscribe, it helps me out greatly, and we'll catch you next time.